What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harrison, and today we are going to be talking about some more Switch 2 stuff. I know it's been kind of the primary focus of the channel right now, but I mean, with it feeling like it's going to be days away from an announcement, that is definitely the big topic in gaming. So, um, yeah, we're focused on this right now, but very excited for other stuff. But I wanted to talk about, just because we have some new stuff to talk about. And I'm not the type of person that, you know, we should be telling a company, okay, you need to reveal this thing, because if you don't, something bad's gonna happen or whatever the case is. But it really does feel like Nintendo is kind of losing the narrative. And I know there's always going to be factory leaks and stuff like that, when you put this thing out into the general public. When you put it out into a third party manufacturer, stuff is going to get leaked because people don't care. They're gonna risk it all to show off a couple of photos. But yeah, it really does feel like Nintendo is losing the narrative. I mean, if all these leaks that we've seen are the actual thing, it's kind of not even exciting. I mean, it's exciting because it's the Switch 2 and this is what we want, but also I would have just preferred if they just announced the thing back in October when it was rumored. That way we know exactly what it looks like, exactly what it does. We get a solid look at the OS, and yeah, now we're just kind of seeing bits and pieces, and it does take the excitement level out of the room. It takes the air out of the room a little bit, just because we know what this thing looks like. We kind of know what the Joy-Cons look like at this point. We know there's an IR camera and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope Nintendo doesn't wait much longer. Obviously, it's at the end of the day, it's up to them when they're going to reveal it. Of course it is, but um, yeah, I just feel like the excitement level is kind of dwindling a little bit. I would prefer, at this point, I mean, we've seen everything. It's just it's time to see what the system looks like turned on, what the functionalities are, and most importantly, what the games look like. So let's dive into what I've been kind of looking at the last couple of days. So this comes from Cardini. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but these are kind of like just like some mock-ups of what it does look like, or potentially could look like. So yeah, I mean, it looks great if this are true. So these are the new controllers, the new Joy-Cons. They're slightly bigger than the original. And of course you got to take everything with a grain of salt. We don't truly know until Nintendo posts it. But you black and white, or excuse me, black. So far, we don't know if there's going to be another color option, but I do kind of like this. I liked the different colored Joy-Cons that they have going, but if they're going to continue that and make that distinction between the left and the right, I kind of like having the all black and then having the subtle blue on the Joy-Cons and the subtle orange on the Joy-Cons, just so you can kind of differentiate it. But I really do like the rail, or the attach portion of it being the blue and the orange that we originally got from the Switch. So that would be really cool. Hopefully they do other carry colored variations than just black, and I'm sure they, I mean, of course they will. They're Nintendo. So but yeah, I really do like this design a whole lot. This is just like kind of looking at the dock again. We don't know if it's real or not, but and then this is like kind of a mock-up of what the box could potentially like. I expect the dock to, or the box to be a lot different than the original Switch box and like the OLED box, just because like an average consumer, and yeah, I get it says Switch 2 right here, but for an average consumer, it looks too much of the same. I feel like we need a different box. But again, this is just mock-up. This is just kind of my opinion on that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then here's the actual photos that came out that we saw. I can't get past these fingernails; they drive me insane. But yeah, we got to look at the kind of the IR sensor, which a lot of people are thinking you can use that as, or like an optical sensor, so you can use it as a mouse essentially. So you can play like different types of game, like you can play first person shooter with the mouse and stuff like that. That could be a really interesting idea. Playing some other games with the mouse. I think that's a cool option, that I could see Nintendo doing. So it's not out of the realm of possibility with Nintendo. Um, and this came from Jake Randall over on Twitter, reposted this. So this is where I saw it. But this comes from Nintendo God. I guess he was apparently the one that leaked out the information about the the optical sensor in the Joy-Con before the photos actually came out. But this is what this person has to say. So, new Switch 2 leaks reveal revamped Switch OS with a built-in TikTok-style social media app called Vidmeo. Um, Interesting name. I get the me thing, but uh, is it time for Switch or Nintendo to let the me stuff go? I don't know. I guess I don't mind it, but it seems like kind of weird where we have me's on the Switch. Switch 2 users will be able to make posts, post screenshots and recorded videos, create communities, and direct messages. So it seems like there's an in-app or an app built into the OS itself, which could be really cool. I mean, there's no messaging system uh, on the Switch as of right now. You might be able to message with the with the phone app. I'm not 100% sure. I messed with that thing once or twice and it was pretty bad, so I deleted it from my phone. Um, but yeah, let's look at. So I don't want to share too much and how I got this information. Again, grain of salt. Who knows where exactly this came from, because it could lead to someone getting into serious trouble. Essentially, this will be somewhat similar to the Miiverse was on the Wii U. You're just going to share screen recorded content and make posts. Haven't seen it, but apparently the app icon looks similar to that of YouTube, but it's green. The app is designed in the style of TikTok, apparently with a lot of vertical scrolling to view content. Yes, I'm serious. There will be direct messaging feature and community options for feeling of a social connection. I have also been told that the C button is related to community features of this app. That's all I really know about this thing so far, but supposedly Vidmeo will be available day one on Switch 2 with a stripped down mobile version releasing sometime later. So, I mean, yeah, if C stands for community, there's already the capture button on the original Switch. So, I don't know, maybe you record and take photos with that button, and then you hit the community button to upload said photos and videos to the app. Again, we don't know how that works until Nintendo reveals it, but I think that's a possibility. I think the Switch and Nintendo are in kind of desperate need of having a community system on the Switch. Sharing the friend code thing it's fine. It never really bothered me, but it would be nice to have an in-app or being able to message on the console itself. I think it's time for. Yes, I understand that Nintendo is a family-friendly company, but come on, at the end of the day, you know, they're the only ones that don't have voice chat in their system. Like you have to use the third party. It's ridiculous at this point. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a really great spot for Nintendo to keep their. I mean, people are still gonna record videos and stuff like that and put them on other apps, but I think it's a really cool idea, a really cool concept for them to keep everything in house and everyone can kind of view each other's stuff on the Switch itself, and then obviously the third part, or not the third party, but the mobile version too. So I think that's some really smart stuff. Again, I'm still very excited for the Switch 2, but we pretty much know what it looks like at this point, assuming everything is accurate. And it does, it doesn't look like, something that someone like a fan created, image or something like that. It looks like it's all legit. So I expect this thing to get revealed this week. I think it would be crazy for Nintendo to wait much longer. And again, I'm not in that mindset where Nintendo, you have to release it, otherwise it's going to be bad and you're not going to make sales and this and that. It's like, no, Nintendo can do what they want, but they are kind of losing the narrative with the Switch 2. And I think it's as a as a company, it is very important to get ahead of all this stuff. And like I said before, if they had revealed it back in October, we wouldn't be dealing with all this stuff. But here we are. Once it goes into mass production and third party, case makers and accessory makers are getting their hands on the specifications of the Switch 2, stuff like that starts to leak. So here we are. But yeah, it's still exciting times. I feel like every day we're getting a new leak or new image. And it's very exciting. Just ready to see it, because I'm ready to see the games. I cannot wait to see what is launching on the Switch 2. It's very exciting. 2025 is going to be awesome if we get this thing pretty soon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We are doing my podcast tonight, Gaming with the Broscast, on this channel. So if you guys want to stop in and say hello, that would be awesome. We are drafting our 2025 Fantasy Critic League, which is pretty much like fantasy football, but with video games. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll also talk about the Switch 2 leaks as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.